Yeah.
In the start of the year?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do something for my birthday. I was thinking like a boat thing or like
Oh, or like you wanted a party on a block party,
yeah. But I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it when it came around, so I didn't do anything. Matter of fact, I did absolutely nothing on the day other than I watched Moana 2.
How's
It's a
that?
great film.
Yeah?
I wouldn't say the songs weren't as good as the first one because I think it was always going to be hard to beat. The plot was very similar, so you can't really knock it. Like, I guess you can only knock it down for like not trying something new. But if it was the same formula, so you can't say that it was worse than the first one. You know, I'm gonna spoil it. But
Wait, do it.
yeah, she goes like in the first one, she goes past the reef to find something, an island.
Okay.
Same way that she went in the first one to find an island.
Okay.
But then this island, when she found the island and they relieved the curse, same thing as the first one, it brought the people together, basically. Nice. That was the whole story. Obviously it was more drawn out than what I'm explaining, but it was like entertaining enough for the time that it took to watch.
What made you want to watch it?
Because ever since the first one came out, my youngest sister used to watch it religiously, like every day. So like it was to the point where like everyone in the house knew the entire dialogue of the first film and all the songs. So I felt much obliged to watch the second one and know how the story continued, and that was really it. That was the main reason.
You thought of her and then you watched the film.
Yeah,
That's so sweet.
that's what happened. That was really it.
You went to soccer?
Nope. Our team is like completely dismantled.
Did you get your kids?
Nope.
Are they coming? Okay.
At all. So the name's gone. Maybe for a good reason.
Okay.
But yeah, no kids, no football. We don't have a game today either. But last game it didn't happen because we didn't have enough players. This week we just didn't have a game. But it doesn't seem like a lot of people want to show up. And one of my closest friends from football, the guy who works at the Smash Burger, he hurt his ankle and he can't play for like a very long time. And we have already another injury of like a really good player in the team as well. So it's looking like our season's over. Because already like we had to win the last week's game to mathematically still be able to qualify for the knockouts. And we didn't even play. So that's an automatic forfeit. So we lost before we even tried to play. So realistically, if we're going to be playing the rest of the games, it's just going to be for like funsies. Because we're not progressing past the group stage anymore. I think there are like 2 or 3 games left. So yeah. That's what happened. And then turning 20. How was it like for you when you turned 20? So many years ago.
Great, thanks, Kim. What year was it? 2023.
That you turned 20? What?
Was that no, that wasn't the birthday with
you turned 20 last year.
But 2003 plus 20.
2024.
2023.
You turned 20 in 2024.
See, stupid years and dates. Remember we bought over this? Oh, okay, 2024 was last
year. Oh, wait, no, it was 2023.
Caleb!
It was 2023. Okay. No, that was the one where we did the DIY pizza. And I gave you the chicken.
Yeah,
chicken
you were there.
Yeah.
You know you are it. What did you do? You literally woke up.
Yeah, I already said what I did. I'm just asking you.
And then nothing else.
Yeah. Slept most of the day, actually.
Is that the one where I took the solo trip?
Yeah, you took a solo trip, yeah. What made you do that? Is that just a point in your life? No longer a teenager?
It hadn't occurred to me that this was something that people do, and it seemed poignant enough to do it. I don't know if I had started doing me-dates yet or something. Also, I think around then was when we came up with the idea for the podcast. or
Yeah.
like later, right?
Yeah.
So maybe me dates had come up, and I was trying that. I remember our friend had such a strong reaction. It was like, "What do you mean you're unavailable on your birthday?" And I was like, "That's the whole point. That I'm gonna be gone for the whole of this one day."
Yeah.
And then I stuck a candle in a bagel, and I
Oh
did
yeah.
that out. I told you.
Yeah.
Wow, I really just tell you everything. I don't know. It was a day of good reflection, I suppose.
What did you reflect on? So now I can reflect in real time. Talk about mine. Oh right, yeah.
I was like,
Fair enough.
yeah,
That was something you were going to at that point in your
yeah.
life. Yeah, for me there wasn't much going on in my life at that point to have like a super deep reflection.
At that point, freaking last week.
Yeah. I think the main thing was just like not being a teenager anymore. Um that was the main thing. And like I guess naturally with a birthday you just feel like older and you have that urge to act more mature and like be more purposeful and intentional. But that was really my theme for the year. So there wasn't much that was gonna change. But I guess maybe in retrospect that I set that being my theme because of the significance, if there is any, of turning 20. So yeah, there I haven't even journaled about. Normally, like I have like letters to myself from. I think I started at 18 and I did one for 19. I haven't done one for 20 yet, so I do need to write that. And maybe like in writing that more will come out. But for now, it really was just like okay, gotta be serious. I mean, I already am, but like gotta like yeah, all of these things were like basically just my New Year's resolution stuff.
Nothing more to reflect on.
In terms of like the year, I mean, I feel like I did most of what I wanted to do from 19. I don't think I had a 2-year plan from when I turned 18. I think it was more of a 5-year plan. So maybe when I'm like 23.
Yeah. Gosh, you'll be finished with your master's then already.
Way finished.
That is crazy.
I'm gonna be done at like 21 if I do a 1-year master. I'm trying to find it on Notion. Yeah, because 19, like I had a whole like 19 goals. And I said this was the last year before I enter my 20s. And I was excited for that.
Like actually excited.
I think I wrote it down. Oh, it was excited question mark. And there were some things that I mentioned that I was scared of, like wasting my time or putting energy into something and then change my mind. You know, like going like when you're like lost and you think you figured out the way and you're so confident going that way and then like the fear of like 2 hours later, like, oh shit, like I'm going the wrong way and you have to turn around. That's what I wrote about. And I feel like 20 reflecting on 19, I don't feel like I'm like as lost. I feel like there's like there's a chugging along happening. Like I feel like slowly but surely going in the right direction. Don't know the destination yet, but it feels like it doesn't feel wrong or stupid, you know. Then I had an epiphany for oh, that's another thing that happened. I pivoted for a project. It's not really like a practical project as practical as my last one, but it was gonna be for me because I've been finding myself writing a lot on the board, and I was just thinking, what if I could record myself writing on the board, and the computer could take what I wrote on the board, like it could see what I wrote in my terrible handwriting, and then convert it into notes. Because I feel like writing on a paper, writing on your computer, nothing feels like as brainstormy as like in catalyzing of ideas as writing on a board. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I had come up like in that weekend. I haven't started on it yet because I wanted to finish the other one, and I just did yesterday. So we're gonna see. I have no idea how I'm gonna. I have no idea how it's gonna work. The only knowledge I know is from like machine learning too, of like I know that AI can do something with images. Just gonna see. That was my birthday. Moana 2, doing nothing, feeling somewhat happy or good about like how 19 was as a year. And then yeah, I feel like this is gonna be another filler year in the grand scheme of things. 20 is gonna be a filler year. I feel like 21 is gonna be a blockbuster year. And 25 is gonna be another blockbuster year, and everything else is gonna be like filler episodes, you know. That's the timeline in my head right now. Do you have any questions for me? Like I've been ranting for a bit.
I wonder what it's like inside your brain on a day-to-day basis.
What's like inside yours?
No, I'm serious.
So am I.
Like, how do you just go about and have these doubts about, walking in the wrong direction, walking parallel to the exit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah, we did. And still be able to wake up and accomplish all these things, have this past project finish, and now have this new one, and you're excited for it, and excited for all other things, and everything you've planned and set your goal to be, you're on track for. Like this seems unprecedented for someone. I was gonna say our age, but you're not even our age. You're 20.
It's like 2 is not. Is it 2 years?
Yeah,
You're
I'm 22 this year. Yeah.
Oh right, because your birthday's at the end. It doesn't count. It doesn't
Whatever.
count.
It's still
Okay. I feel like what's a good analogy? You know, like in a horror movie. This is gonna sound so stupid, but like, you know how like your instinct just takes over when you're in a life or death situation.
Mhm.
Not saying this is life or death, but like I guess that feeling of like being wrong or like not doing good or living up to whatever potential. I think that's what like makes me constantly want to do stuff. Cause like if you feel like if you have that fear of like going wrong, you're gonna want to like fix that, right? And I guess whenever you're trying to fix that, you're gonna think that's not good enough, and that's gonna make you wanna like keep like going. But it's like you're not intentionally, but like you're putting yourself like close to the fire as like a motivating factor to get out of the fire. Like I forget now what we talked about in our first episode about motivation, but I imagine it was something along these lines.
Ooh, it'll be interesting
To look back. But yeah. What goes on in your head?
So wait, the fear just drives you.
Most of some of the
Like you
time.
throw yourself into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what just keeps you going. That you get out of bed in the morning. It's like, well, now I start on my project. And you just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess like largely so.
It's
also a part of just wanting to. Like when I was looking at the master's thesis of these people, like this is like super impressive, super cool. Like I low-key want to be able to say that I've done something like that as well. So then it's like that's also like a driving factor of like gotta do what I gotta do.
So would you say you're good at like delayed gratification?
Yeah, something that I have learned. Definitely.
But it's enough of a driver for you to know that bigger picture, this is worth it.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever get days where you just don't want to do it?
Yes, obviously. Yeah. There are days where I feel like I don't want to do anything, like, and I take those days.
How are those days not every day? Like, how does it not slip? That one day becomes two.
Sometimes it slips, but you just have to know in the back of your head, like if it goes on for too long, then like you're throwing I tell myself that I'm throwing my life away. Like in January, I didn't have any class in January. And so there are definitely like days or like 3 days in a row type of thing where like I would do absolutely nothing. But in those three, I try to like go as far. It's like I think of it as a trampoline where I'm going as far down as possible so then I can like spring back up on day 4, you know? Like once I feel like I'm entering that rut, I just like fully embrace it. And there are some times where I need to like subside and like chug along. But in situations, um, some of the time I like just fully embrace it, go all the way down, and then spring back up, renewed life and energy.
How do you get yourself to maintain this perspective?
um, I think writing about it is good because then even like in those days, I'd like open my Notion and like read some of the things that I've written down before, and I titled them and I sectioned them by like importance or like how profound that writing session was to me. And so then I can easily find what I'm looking for. And I read it, I'm like, okay, if this is the way I thought before, like I can get in that mindset again. Or like I know to keep pushing. Write down your thoughts, guys. But I feel like you already know that. Do you write?
What I know and what I do is two separate things. Though.
Well,
It's crazy to see that at some point you just grew up and you just figured out all this.
it
And
was
you
it
just did
was
it.
the main thing was like it was also 2023 for me, but earlier in the year than you because my birthday came earlier.
When you weren't even 18.
Yeah, when I turned 18, like around that period, I just, I don't know, I just locked in. 'Cause around that time was when I started writing. Around the time was when I had got the research job, and it was because of me like getting in this mindset that I had reached out to like start the research thing. And then what else had happened at that point? I became super consistent with the gym, and then I learned the idea of delayed gratification. And at that time, I thought it was like, oh, at the end of the week, I'd feel great. But now I know that's even longer than just like
Yeah.
for a week thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's just something you just have to keep going and trust that like it'll come one day. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself an all or nothing person? Like, I've really slacked off for half this day today. I'm gonna take the whole day and try again tomorrow.
That's tough. I don't think I am. But I can be. I think it's really situational where like sometimes it is all or nothing. Like if I wake up like later than noon, then I'm like, okay, fuck it, this day is over. And then sometimes I know that like, okay, regardless of like what I haven't made of the day, for the rest of the day, I have to make something of it. And that's when sometimes you'll catch me at like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. like working on something, and then I'll send what I did to the
Yeah.
group chat. It's because I did nothing throughout the day, and I feel like I need to do something before I call it a day. So yeah. What about you? What's it like in your head?
It feels like there's two minds in my head.
Mm.
And it's difficult to be just one. And
Mm.
that's the big issue. And then I put off things because I'm like afraid basically. I don't want to deal with things, and then I put it off. And then the one mind that knows what I'm supposed to be doing is very different from the one that's controlling what I'm actually doing. It's like I wake up and I know I should just get straight into studying because if I do anything else, it'll probably ruin my day. Um, and then it's just difficult to to just do something. It's very much the other one talking. It's not that like I can convince one to be the other or something like that. No, there's a bridge to cross, and yeah, it's weird.
But I feel like the being scared thing,
Mm.
like you can definitely go one of two ways where like if you're scared to do something, you're never gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're scared, then you just want to get it over with. Do you have days where like
I'm scared and I just want to get it over with.
like do you have days where you feel like you want to overcome like the fear, or do you think like you're pushed into doing that by like circumstance.
I'm definitely pushed into doing that by circumstance. Like how I studied for this most recent exam I had. I had basically 2 whole 3 days to do it. I left everything to the second day. And to the second day, it was, yeah, I'm waking up, I'm going to jump straight to my laptop. And then I sat for the entire day just doing it. And then it was also so bad because I had so much brain fog by the time the evening came because my exam was at 8:30. 7:30. Yeah.
How long was it? An hour? 2?
It was 2 parts, so together it was 2 hours. And
They're
a
done,
different
like,
language,
by
so it was
9:30.
like
Yeah.
I thought I was so screwed. I didn't even know how that went, but it was very much that was like me being forced into it. But now things like master's applications, you don't really get the consequences. Like there's not really. It can always technically last another day until the end is finally here, which is so terrible. And it's like, wow, moments like these make me think that I really haven't grown in 3 years.
No, I feel like you have. See, I feel like that's why also you need to like document in some sort of way.
To write and then reflect in
Yeah.
that manner.
Or even like if you listen to our first podcast, I feel like some of the things you might have said, you probably be like might disagree with now because you've grown to like see things different or better or clearer or something along those lines. But I definitely think so. Like if I was comparing Sabrina to even like before we started the podcast till now, like there's definitely been growth and change.
Yeah. For you too?
Yeah. I think so too.
I do actually use our podcast to get my head back into focus. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. But yeah, because even like, remember when you were in my library and you had only just started with like all these like getting your routine and whatever.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
starting on Notion and yeah.
Exactly. Like even then, like comparing like how you used to work then till now, you don't see a difference. You don't see like even the slightest of improvements in the way you work.
I'm upset that nothing's really stuck. Like I'm able to have periods where I'm disciplined and periods where I'm super thorough with the like reflecting, writing, and the doing what's right, waking up early, eating well, whatever. But then when I crash hard. And it's the whole all or nothing thing, and it's incredibly frustrating.
So you're an all or nothing type of person.
Yeah.
Right.
And also,
then you just need to put yourself in situations where you're not faced with that.
I also think so. Like I've heard about this thing where it's like people who, I don't know why I'm thinking of cheating. People who, say overeating. People who overeat, the best people who are able to overcome that just don't put them in situations where where the temptation is there or something. I think that's a smart way about it, but how would you say I should implement that?
That's the question.
That's the question.
But I feel like even with like your all or nothing or like the idea that it needs to, I don't think it's supposed to stick. I don't think it ever will stick. I think you just get better and better. Because you'd say, okay, before maybe you had like the proportion of super productive days to none were like 70, 30, 70. And then after you learn these things, maybe like it's 40, 60 or 50, 50 or even 60, 40. But I feel like you just, it's good enough that you know the methods and have the tools like to be able to get in that mode. And then when you really need them, like you can call on them. Because that's further than a lot of other people who don't even know and are still like going blindly. You know?
That's incredibly good wisdom.
Like you still have something and you can still make it work. Like even like for me, like at the beginning, sure, like you start super systematic, like log everything, like do everything you're supposed to do. Like if you were to compare my journals from like when I started till now, like they become a lot more few and far between. And that's because like you realize that it's not supposed to be like an everyday thing. It's a thing where like when you need to,
Mm.
you know that you can and that you will. And so even with like everything else in terms of being productive, I don't think you can be 100% productive all day, every day. But the days where you need to be more productive than not, maybe the you of pre 2023 wouldn't be able to get all that studying done in one day. But now you can. And that's a little win that you should be able to take for yourself. In terms of not putting yourself in a situation, I honestly don't know. I feel like trial and error, just figure out what works for you.
I think you trust yourself a lot, and you're able to trust yourself a lot. And based on past behavior, I'm not able to do that. How did you get to this point?
To trusting myself.
Like, I think you trust that you'll pick yourself up after
Yeah.
tons of bad days. You'll pick yourself up after.
I guess it's
whatever.
happened enough for me to like there's enough historic data that I can like bet on myself.
Yeah.
Get like, and I'm sure there's also enough situations for you where you've been like down in the dumps and you've gotten up out of it. And you just need to put yourself in that mindset of like, if I done before to this level, I could do it again if
It's a,
need be.
it's a good way of thinking of it, to bet
Yeah.
on yourself.
Exactly. Do you not bet on yourself? I think you definitely bet on yourself.
Sure, but then it's not something I think of highly when I'm in these weird periods. I don't think of the moments where I have picked myself up. I think of the moments where, well, no, I just don't have this trust in myself because it's like, I know you can do, like, this can get worse. You're capable of worse or something. And then it's the whole, like, losing perspective thing.
Yeah, when you're in the eye of the storm.
But you know what I think? I think that everyone just wants to feel like they have control.
That's true.
And that's the biggest, the biggest like battle I'm fighting now, I'd say.
Of you don't feel like you have control.
No, I'm just doing things to make sure I feel like I am, because that's where the whole discipline thing comes in, right? It's that you're controlling yourself, and I think once you are disciplined, then you'll be able to trust yourself. You'll be able to do more, and you'll feel in general that you're more in control, and you won't get lost as much. This was a whole reflection. Oh, I've not been this vulnerable on the podcast ever. I kind of hate this.
No, I think it's good. The control thing is interesting. I think I've thought about it before, and I probably have somewhere written about doing everything you can to like just have that illusion, because I feel like we're never really in control, but you can do enough to give yourself the illusion of control over like yourself and over certain things. I don't know. We probably talked about this as well.
I'm not sure it's in the one in one of the ones we released.
Oh.
I think it's in the one.
Oh, I remember that one. Damn.
But okay, I think that's the thing. If you're able to control the things you can control, then you give yourself this illusion, which a good illusion that you're able to, and therefore you'll be able to trust yourself more. And that's what people do. This whole thing came because God, I was thinking of my relationship yesterday. Not willingly, it was just affecting me a lot, and I wasn't able to get other work done. And I was like, okay, let me like write something down. And I don't like, I actually meant pen and paper, write something down. And I was writing, and I realized that I'm attributing the wrong thing to the person. To me, the person represents a time where I've never been more happy, I've never been more optimistic. And I felt super invincible just because I was so loved, and everything else in life seemed to have fallen into place. So I'm attributing this whole time when I thought I had no fear to this person, which is wrong.
Yeah.
And I guess somewhere in my head, it's like, oh, if this person was to be with me again, all my problems would be solved. But obviously I know that like deeper down, this is not true. One, there's no one solution. Two, this person's definitely not the one solution. And also I realized the big problem in that relationship was that I wanted to control and change this person. And therefore I have this super controlling side of me where I don't know. It's the whole idea that because I haven't been able to fully control the things in my own life, I'm trying to reach out to do it in other places. This whole thing also came because we had that presentation and I was so overbearing with in checking. And I was so overbearing with the small, like minute details. And I was like, oh my God, what? And then I thought of more and more and I was like, oh my God, I can be super controlling and I need to not do that. And also I just need to like get my things aligned in my own life and then have that fix everything else.
I feel like once you have control over like yourself and you feel secure in that control that you have, then you kind of stop caring to want to control others.
Yeah, I think so too.
And with like I feel like that time in your life, it's very easy to then attribute everything to that one person. Right. And I feel like maybe it was like I don't know if byproduct is the right word, but you were just like correlation or causation thing. Yeah. He wasn't the reason that you're happy. I think you were happy. You were happy, and he was there.
Nonetheless, it's very easy to attribute that whole period to that. I mean, then I was going to the gym well, I was eating well, like, you know, everything. I was like on top of the academics. I had many niche interests that were fun, etc. Yeah. But then, and then now I think the hard thing is like there's still things I can't control, and the second you quote unquote lose it, it's just gone. Like it's either you either have control of something or you don't. It's you don't really have an in between. So it's like I've been struggling to sleep, and then I don't know what to do. And then at some point, because it's been like an hour, I'll pick up my phone and I'll watch TV, and then I'm screwed because now it's 6 a.m. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, there I lost control, and now this day was screwed over, and the little streak is like gone or whatever. And then you want to try get that back, but like in that moment, I lost it. Even though I've been good about it up to that point. Like I did everything right. I went to bed. I at the right time. I didn't look at my phone. My phone was in the other room, etc. Like, do you know what I mean? I
feel like that the idea of like having streaks or keeping score like can be very double edged. Like I also at the beginning wanted to like
a bug is making sound. Oh, there it is. Do you want me to get it?
Yes, please. You want the broom?
Oh no, I want a tissue.
Oh, or like you gotta go in the cup. Yeah.
We are so keeping this on, by the way.
It's been about like the past 3 days.
What is it? Oh, it's a beetle. Okay, let's slide this guy out.
It's open already. Yeah.
I wonder if I can pinch him. Oh.
Did you kill him?
No. Okay, he's out.
Okay, thank you.
If you just like, I learned this as a kid. If you just like slightly press against it, you can like hold it up.
Oh yeah, no. See, in my household, if you saw a bug, you're killing.
Someone made me feel guilty. Do you know what happened? What? I was in Zulu class once, and a spider had come down like just in the middle of the classroom, and my one friend got up and she took 2 books
and just oh.
And my teacher, ever so calm, was like, that was not the way you're supposed to deal with that. It's like, why would you? Because all of us were like, oh, thank God. She was like, no, what you do is you just pick it up by its web. Like you cut its web halfway out from mid-air, and then you just take it outside. And it's obviously not going to have enough time to like climb back up to your fingers or something. And, you know, you save the bug. And I was like, oh, maybe I should start saving bugs.
Yeah. They do more for us than we think. That's true.
Well, yeah, it's like, I can't not do the better thing if the better thing exists.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Oh, the streak.
Yeah. Because for me, I had programmed into my Notion board like every day that I do something, like the streak would automatically update. But then like you feel so distraught when that streak inevitably breaks, because it's going to break. And for some people, like, yeah, it's motivating to like want to see the number keep going up. But then is it worth the devastating effect that it has when it breaks? Because it is going to break. No one's going to be like 100% all the time. And so for that reason, I stopped keeping streaks. It's like, okay, I just know that in my head, sure, if I have this day or these couple of days of like not doing something, I still get back to them. Like with you in the gym, like when you have those 3 week periods of not going, you still end up going like eventually, right? I feel like you should just apply that, or it's easier said than done, like to other stuff.
I was also suggested that you just check off what went well at the end of the day. And yeah, be happy with that and move on. But then I risk having the middle of the night fiasco where everything is well and I've gone to bed at 9 or 10, but then I suddenly wake up at 2 and then I really in those next few hours.
I had that today actually.
Yeah.
I woke up early and I couldn't go back to bed. So brain water for a bit. And then the F1 race was at 8. So I stayed up till 8 and I fell asleep during the race. So I didn't even. Yeah, I stayed up like from like 3 all the way to 8, just waiting to watch this race. And then I thought the race would wake me up and then I'd be like ready for you. And then the race comes on and like by lap 20, I think I'm like falling asleep. I'm like, what the fuck? So I set like a 1 hour timer and then I wake up and then the race is already over and it's like what 9:30. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Do you keep up with Formula One?
I've been this season because new stuff happened. Hamilton went to Ferrari.
What?
And it seems a little interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, the McLarens are fast. Red Bull isn't fast, which is good because I don't like Max. But yeah, that's besides
for the right country.
That's besides the point. Yeah. So I guess if the streaks work for you, go ahead. But
I wouldn't say that.
yeah,
I think no one is able to look at a streak and think it's no big deal when it breaks because it's not my idea. But yeah, I also had a funky day yesterday and today. Yeah. Where I got up, I think at like I slept at 9 because I had like a really bad headache because I hadn't eaten properly during the day and I was trying to catch that up at night. And I'm like, oh, headaches are an aftermath. And then I slept and I thought all was well, but then I woke up at midnight. And then I was like, I should snack. And then I snacked and I watched 2 episodes of a series. I was like, I should stop watching this. And then I went to bed. But I wanted to wake up early to make the cake. So then I was a little thrown off, and then I was thrown off for the rest of the planning where I was late coming here and all the other things. Not the worst that could happen, but definitely an example of what does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also harder for you because I mean, I don't have ADHD, so I don't know how it is. But like, do you think that plays a role?
All or nothing is very ADHD.
Because I had found out about, I think it was last summer. I don't know if I already told you, but someone we know had only recently been diagnosed, and then that like changed their whole perspective on how. And I could not imagine like if that was me, because then like everything I know about myself, then like I'd be like, oh, it's this or oh, it's this or oh, it's that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. Is there like ways of like living with that in like a way that it doesn't like bother too much? I don't know. Or maybe that's just a contributing factor to like you said, the all or nothing thing, and then maybe just something that I have to like lean more into rather than try to
go against.
Yeah.
So this whole thing that I'm trying to do of micromanaging, controlling every little thing in my life is definitely very much against it. Because at some point you'll explode because you've been too tightly under control. But I'm very insistent on keeping this up. Definitely. I mean, I found out only when I was 3 months into uni and everything was like crashing. But I learned enough in the 18 years before to keep my head above water, but everything was still like really, really bad. And it is a mess. You really like go back and you question your whole life, and sometimes it's cathartic. It's like, oh, now there's finally an explanation, but then it's just like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like what? And you have to relearn a bunch of things, and then you have to like change your expectations on a bunch of things, which for me doesn't sit well. It's like, what do you mean I can't?
Right.
It's the same as someone else who doesn't have it. Also, it's not my path, whatever. But I want to, and now it's like I have a bit of a limitation. If things would just progress in the way they had meant, they planned to progress, you know. But yeah.
So is that like your main like driver of like not wanting to conform to that? Is that what you think is the reason why you're like
I'm like,
doing?
Yeah, maybe that's the whole like two voices thing in my head. But with like, you know, you have to do things to help yourself in order to get help. Like, you know, you can't just take a paracetamol and hope your headache's gonna go away. You have to drink enough water. You have to eat 3 meals a day. There's that too. Like if you have enough routine. Also, this just goes with everyone. So a lot of things with ADHD, it's like if everyone does this, it would be better everyone. But for people with ADHD, sometimes they just need it a bit more. So it's like if I had this routine of waking up early, eating 3 meals a day, eating healthy food, exercising, getting enough sunlight, then it is mitigated better, and more things can be done. So yeah, that's why I want to micro control everything. And get to that point, but I don't know. Like, I probably have to keep this up for at least like a month, right? Have that as a streak, an unbroken streak, at least, right?
I feel like
Delayed gratification.
Like that whole idea of like it takes whatever amount of days to form a habit.
24 over 90.
24 over 90.
24 days or 28, I can't remember. 24 days before it's a habit, 90 days before it's a lifestyle. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that has that's something you could apply to like making it a habit. For me, I don't know. I feel like I haven't formed a habit out of anything that I had like learned on like when I started this whole self-improvement, self-help thing. It's just more like tools that I've added to my toolbox and like knowing when to apply it. I don't think I've made a habit out of anything. Maybe that's a bad thing, but
no, it's very good perspective. Everything you said and everything you just do is good.
Okay.
which is absolutely nuts. But yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Great.
I told this your birthday.
No, happy birthday to me.